Hi, I'm Jason, and I'm going to guide you through each step of the installation process. In a few short steps, you and your family are going to be enjoying your new American Standard single-handle faucet.
Remember to take your time, take a break, or rewatch a step whenever you need to. Before we begin, I like to make sure I have everything that I will need organized and within reach. I find this helps make the install as smooth as possible. At this point, you can remove all contents from the package and lay them on a flat surface nearby. You'll want to double check that all required pieces are included. Gather all the required tools and keep them in your work area. While not required, I like to keep some old towels or rags around. You might need them to catch some water or for a quick cleanup when removing the old faucet. Since we're going to be working under the sink, a small flashlight is useful too. If you haven't done so already, make sure you turn off the hot and cold water supply. Okay, so with our prep work complete, it looks like we're ready to start. The first thing you need to do is decide whether you are installing the deck plate included with this faucet. The escutcheon, also called a deck plate, is the plate that sits between the bottom of the faucet and the sink or mounting surface. It is usually used to cover any holes you might want to hide. If you have decided not to use it, simply disregard instructions that are specifically for the deck plate. The remainder of the instructions are the same. The first thing I am going to do is apply a bead of putty to the bottom edge of the deck plate. Make sure that the seal is sitting properly within the recess of the faucet body. Once that's in check, you're going to feed the hot and cold water supply hoses through the top of the hole in the sink or vanity. Now, slide the rubber gasket onto the faucet shank, followed by the metal washer. Manually thread the mounting nut onto the faucet shank and hand tighten it. Ensure that the faucet is facing forward on the countertop and use a screwdriver, working your way around the lock nut and tightening the screws slightly each time until all are snug to ensure even pressure. Okay, so now it's time to connect the flexible supply hoses. The hoses supplied with this faucet are 21 inches long, and that's measured from the faucet base. If you need a longer length, additional parts can be found easily at any home renovation or hardware store. Connect the right supply hose, blue stripe, to your cold water wall supply. And you guessed it, the left supply hose, red stripe, to your hot water wall supply. At this step, if you notice the supply hoses are too long, simply loop them carefully to avoid kinking. Now it's my favorite part of the install, checking for leaks. First, you'll want to make sure the handle is in the off position. Then, turn on the water supplies and visually check and feel connections for leaks. Turn on the faucet and move the lever left and right, up and down to check the hot and cold water pressure, and to also check for any leaks.
Okay, so if everything is dry and working, your installation is complete. Just a little cleanup, and then you're ready to enjoy the everyday beauty and function of your new American Standard faucet.